Hey everyone! You left a lot of feedback under my last video about the whole transformation, so thank you for that. A lot of great questions, interesting comments, and of course, a bunch of insults from angry people, which is always fun. For some reason, talking about what you eat or don't eat gets some people really mad, but it's not like I didn't expect that. It's not my first day on the internet. If you're watching this and you didn't see the main video that I'll be referring to, here it is. Go watch it because without the context this video won't make much sense. So let's get to it! Oh, actually, wait a second, this frame looks really sad. Let me try to liven it up a little bit. I just realized that I don't have a single houseplant in this apartment, so this is gonna have to cut it. First, let me address the very common issue that a lot of angry people were bringing up in the comments. How you lost weight? You burned more calories than you took in. Your dumbass just figured that out? Of course, generally, I agree with that, but it wasn't so simple in my case. I used to be on a caloric deficit diet and I was hungry all the time. But I never got shredded this way because I was losing both fat and muscle. On the other hand, when I was doing caloric surplus, I was gaining both fat and muscle as well. The only way I was able to change that proportion between fat and muscle was with this new diet. And that's what gets you jacked. The best possible proportion between fat and muscle. Am I on a caloric deficit right now? The truth is, I don't know because I don't track my macros at the moment. I don't even have a food scale in here, and if I do it, I like to be precise. I'm coming back to Poland in around a month, and I'll start tracking my macros there, so I can give you some precise data when I do it. However, what I know for sure is this. At the moment, I'm never hungry, and I eat a lot. I don't limit myself with food, and I got the results without tracking anything. So if I am on a caloric deficit, it sure doesn't feel like it. Next comment. Not to be a hater, but hair loss and acne, I'm calling you finally jumped on the juice. And another one. Very high amount of back acne. Of course the juicing part is ridiculous. I would look 100 times better if I did that, trust me. But let me address the other things you mentioned. First, hair loss. I started losing hair when I was like 21 or 22, so that's years ago. Saying that I suddenly got bald like this guy is just plain false and ignorant. As for why am I losing hair? Probably for the same reason that I have blue eyes. Almost every man in my close family is losing hair or is already bald, so I'm pretty sure it's genetic. Now, acne is an important issue that I didn't mention in the main video, but probably I should have. Yes, you can see acne on my back here, but it's nothing new. I've been fighting with acne on my back since I was a teenager. As a kid, I had it on my face as well, but it got healed with antibiotics at the age of 15 or so. However, nothing that I tried helped with the back. Vegan diet was supposed to help, but it really didn't. Any medications I took didn't help either. Sometimes it got better, sometimes it got worse, but the back was never clear. I don't have any pictures to show you because I was really insecure about showing my back to anyone because of that issue. However, since I cut out carbs from my diet, I started seeing some improvements and now my back is pretty much clear. There are still some scars, but other than that, it's been very good. If you ever had problems with acne for longer periods of time, you can imagine how happy it makes me feel. I've been struggling with that issue for at least 10 years. I don't even remember the time that I didn't have acne on my back, and all it took to heal it was stay on this diet for a couple of months. If you're a person who, like I did, at some point just lost hope of getting rid of that shit, that's something you could try. I'm not saying it's gonna work for you, but I'm saying it worked for me. Next one. Don't ever stop playing bass for System of a Down, my friend. That's a new one. I usually get the "Are you Ragnar Lothbrok?" comments. Intermittent fasting 20 to 4 will get you ripped, and you can eat whatever you want. Nope. I've been doing IF for at least a couple of years now, and it didn't get me ripped before. At some point I even ate one meal a day with high carbs, and I had much more fat than I have right now. These days, my usual eating window is around 6 hours. Glad to hear you're feeling better. Not that it really matters, but it's extremely disappointing to hear you gave up veganism purely for body image issues. This was the issue that I saw a couple of people have with me. First of all, it's okay if you're disappointed. I never said I'm perfect. A long time ago, I have accepted that no matter what you do, you're gonna make some people angry, sad, or disappointed. You can never make everyone happy. This is just how this world works. However, I wanted to share an alternative point of view, because for me, this whole transformation wasn't just about getting rid of my own body image issues. This is a calisthenics channel, and it's been my livelihood and my business. Most people look at my body and it influences their opinion on what I know. In other words, the better my body looks, the more successful can my business be. It's not only about egotism and self-admiration, although there's a fair amount of that as well, I'm not gonna lie. The same exact argument is true for my strength and the ability to perform hard moves. And this diet allows me to get stronger than I have ever been. Now there's only one thing you should change, which is your Muslim beard. I'm pretty sure my beard is agnostic. Did you do cardio in these 3 months? Yes, but not much. I went running for 20 minutes once or twice a week. Only recently I started doing some hill sprints. I would like to know how you do with maintenance macros. How many grams do you consume today from carbohydrates, how much protein and how much fat? Unfortunately, I cannot give you a precise answer because, as I already mentioned, I'm not tracking my macros at the moment. I can do a video soon with the exact numbers, but if you want me to guesstimate, I would say that it's 65% fat, 30% of protein and 5% of carbs, and that's calories, not grams. So basically, if I don't get results training in the gym, maybe I'm eating too much carbs. I don't know, but I think it's worth trying. What can you lose? But fat. Have you tried creating a vegan diet plan with the same macros as your current diet? I will challenge myself to do it at some point. First, I need to figure out all the details of this diet to optimize it as much as I can so that I have a good reference point. From there, I will begin experimenting with minimizing the animal products and see how it affects my body and performance. If it doesn't compromise these aspects, I will be more than happy to cut out these products from my diet. I do hope you will eventually stop tormenting yourself. The most important thing in life is living it, not obsessing over your muscle definition. But now I enjoy life more than ever, that's the thing. I get that for some people, eating pizza, chocolate and ice cream is the best thing in life. However, for me, giving up a couple of minutes of mouth pleasure for all the advantages that I'm getting is the easiest decision ever. And to be honest, I don't feel like I have to force myself to anything, and definitely I'm not tormenting myself. Please give us an update on cholesterol levels in a few months. They will probably be very high if you look at them according to the current standards, but as far as I know, there's a huge misconception about cholesterol. If you want to hear an alternative opinion to yours, here's a video that you can watch. At some point we all have to believe in something someone says, unless you're doing the research yourself and have the mental capacity to understand the results. And people say different things, unfortunately. Hi. Totally agree concerning the carb intake. On the other hand, you don't include dairy products in your low-carb diet. I eat butter and blue cheese from time to time, but in general I try to avoid dairy. I can handle lactose, but it feels like my body is struggling a little bit more to process it if I eat it in any substantial amount. Great video as usual. Thank you. It's good to have you back. 2 questions. What is your opinion on cheat days? And what is your opinion on alcohol? I don't think having a cheat meal or even a day once in a while is a big problem. If you eat 90% clean and you go crazy with the 10%, you're gonna get almost the same results as if you were 100% strict. Personally, I don't feel the need to cheat with my food, so I don't do it. For me, the black or white attitude works the best. If I decide to stop or start doing something, I go all in or don't even bother. But that's just me. The same goes for alcohol. I don't see a problem with having a drink from time to time, but I drink very rarely. The one type of comments that I intentionally skipped were about whether this diet is healthy or not. There is an endless debate between meat eaters and vegans on this very topic. On both sides, there are very smart people who are citing research papers and throwing studies left and right. When I was following the vegan diet, I tried to find the final piece of information about who is right, but it is impossible to do so. When one side has an argument, the other side always has a counter-argument, and it never ends. The only thing that the both sides can agree on is that eating junk food, sugar and generally refined foods is not good for you, while eating vegetables is, but that's pretty much obvious at this point. I am tired of this debate and I'm not gonna take part in it. If you want to know my opinion, I think that the both camps are right and wrong at the same time. The problem is that they want to treat everyone on this planet as exactly the same and say that their diet is the best for everyone. That in turn automatically means that the other one is good for no one, and that's why this debate gets so heated. No one likes to be told that he's wrong. That's why I tested the truth from one side, and now I'm testing the truth from the other side. This way I'm gonna find out what is true for me and what is the best and healthiest diet for me. In the end, I wanted to thank all of you for your personal stories in the comments. I read through most of them, at least until the point of making this video. What you can find in there is just further proof for my thinking that different diets work best for different people. I hope you can all find your own way to perfect health and optimal performance. See ya!